Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today is a rant as opposed to a review, and we're talking about the OM System OM5. I've actually got fitted to it the OM System 12 to 40f 2.8 Pro lens, one of my favourite lenses of all time. And there is a video, or will be a video up on my YouTube channel about this particular lens. Now, the rant I have with the OM5 is its video features, or lack of. And today, hybrid cameras are vital. Everyone's buying these mirrorless cameras for video as well as for photography. Certainly because of the likes of YouTube has really grown, so has TikTok and various other Instagram and various other social media platforms. But many people now want to produce professional looking content but using, you know, their new mirrorless cameras. And OM System have missed the boat with video on this one. I'm really disappointed with that. I thought when OM System bought the camera division from Olympus, the one thing they would have taken a close look at was video features with their cameras, as opposed to kind of avoiding them, which is really, really bonkers. And I think it really will reduce the sale of OM cameras, OM System cameras. And I think that people that buy OM System cameras may well return them because the video features, you know, are not as good as what the stills features are. As a photography camera, this camera is great. I love it. I use it a lot for taking photographs, and the combination with this lens is outstanding. But as a hybrid camera, not so good, and I'm going to explain why. So first of all, there is no USB-C port on this camera. It's micro USB, and that's fine for charging the battery. The port's actually just on the side of the camera body, and that's fine for charging the battery. Well, it actually isn't even fine for that, but you can charge the battery from the USB port, but you can't power the camera through USB, which you can on the Fuji, the Sonys, my Nikon Z30 over there, which is basically less than half the price of what this is. Admittedly, it hasn't got a viewfinder. Now, the issue with video is really important that you can power the camera, because you don't want the battery running out while you're doing a long form content, such as what I'm doing here. And the battery does run out, there's no doubt about it. I've found that it does. So that's really annoying. You can't buy a battery grip for the camera, so you can't power it with two batteries because there is no battery grip. There's grips for the camera that Olympus make, but not a battery grip. So there's absolutely no way of powering this camera while you're running it. And that is, well, it's bonkers really. It's just really, really annoying. The other thing I find really annoying with this micro USB port, when you've got a USB port plugged in, you can't turn the camera on and actually use the camera. So I was hoping that, okay, so I'll leave the USB lead plugged in. When I'm not filming and setting the cameras up for other scenes, I'll just turn the camera off and it'll carry on charging it. I can't do that. I have to unplug the lead to be able to use the camera. You can't use it with a USB lead plugged in. How annoying is that, and how silly is that? The HDMI out is crazy on this camera. When you plug a HDMI lead into a monitor, the menu display moves over to the monitor. It doesn't stay on the camera monitor itself, so you can't see the info display on the back of the camera. It completely goes. That is really annoying, because all the time I have to have the monitors facing me, so actually, you know, obviously I can see myself framed up, I can look at the exposure, but I don't really want to see the information necessarily on the monitors, because the monitors themselves have various different focus assists, exposure assists and what have you. When I'm setting the camera up, I'm stood behind the camera setting it up, and I want to be able to see the information display. Can't see that with a HDMI out on the Olympus cameras or OM System cameras. Really, really annoying. The menu structure on the OM System OM5 is the same as it is on the EM5 Mark III. It's all over the place. So when you're setting it up for video, you have to go into so many different menus to set it up. As an example, Auto ISO, when you're in manual, doesn't work, and I thought it just didn't work, but buried in the menu you can actually turn it on, but when you take it out of the box it's actually turned off and it doesn't work. Very silly and very annoying. It is only an 8-bit camera as opposed to 10-bit, which is again frustrating at the price that the OM5 costs. You can get something like the Sony a6700 I'm filming there, or my Fuji XS20. They're both 10-bit cameras. They've both got larger sensors, and they're both amazing hybrid cameras. And they're very similar price points to what the OM5 is. So I think OM System have really got to up their game for any future releases. And a lot of these quirks that are in the OM5 can be cured, I'm sure, by a firmware update. Whether we should see that from OM System, I don't know. And another quirky thing with setting up the function buttons, I found this with all Olympus cameras, you're very limited as to what you can set that function button to do, regardless of whatever the function buttons are. Very, very limited to what the function buttons can do. If I looked at my Nikon Z30 I'm filming with over there, or my Sony or my Fuji, and you go into setting the function button, there's a vast array of functions that function button can be set up to do. Not on the Olympus. It's really, really frustrating. What makes it even more frustrating, OM System have removed the video record limit on the OM5. They've put OM log on here, and there's a view assist. So you can actually view it as a Rec 709 as opposed to that very greyed out sort of log format. So they've taken some steps into making this a really nice hybrid camera. But what's the point in having no video record limit if you can't run it long enough for it to not run out? The battery will run out before the video record limit comes up anyway, so a bit daft. I really do hope that Olympus can, OM System will cure that in some firmware updates, enabling you to, even if you can't use power delivery, at least enabling you to run the camera while the USB lead is plugged in, so you can charge it up in between shoots. You know, very, very annoying, very frustrating. So there we go. There's a few rants about the OM System 5. I mean, whether I shall keep it, I don't know. I love it as a photography camera, so I probably will keep it for photography. But I do like to be able to use all my cameras here in the studio for filming, as well as for going out taking photographs. I do like them as a true hybrid camera. If you're using this for quick video clips, if you're out vlogging and you get some quick video clips, fine. It's an ideal camera for that, no problem at all. Even though it is only 8-bit, for vlogging that's completely fine. Stick a wide angle lens on and away you go. But if you want to do longer form content, such as what I do, this is not the camera for you, absolutely isn't the camera for you. And I think OM System, as I said earlier, said constantly through this video, OM System really have missed the trick there. They should have at least put a USB-C port on. That's all it really needed. All the other quirks I can live with, no problem. But if they put a USB-C port on here so you can power the camera whilst you're actually doing filming, I think that would cure it. Although they can't, that's a hardware issue. But that's the one thing that is really, really annoying. Or make a battery grip for this camera so you can stick batteries in the grip and at least get double the amount of power. They don't do that either. So I'm pretty sure OM System won't watch this video, but if they do, I hope they do take note of some of the comments that I've made and many other reviewers have made about this camera, because it isn't a cheap camera. So there we go. That's my thoughts as a video camera on the OM System OM5. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like the content of my videos. Would really, really appreciate that. It does help me grow the channel. Cheers for now. Bye.